If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. Joel Bitonio, the veteran guard of the Cleveland Browns, recently stirred the pot with some candid remarks about Shedeur Sanders, the team's young quarterback who's been under the microscope since day one. In what's already being called one of the more honest interviews of the season, Bitonio didn't hold back, mixing praise and critique in a way that has fans buzzing across social media. He started by acknowledging Sanders' raw talent, pointing out that the young quarterback has a natural arm and instincts that are rare, even for a rookie entering the NFL with so much hype. "You can see the flashes of brilliance," Bitonio said. "There are times when he looks like he's been in the league for years, reading defenses, making throws that just shouldn't be possible for someone his age." But, true to his reputation as a veteran who speaks his mind, Bitonio didn't stop there. He also highlighted areas where Sanders still needs to grow, particularly in terms of consistency and pocket presence. The combination of honest critique and genuine admiration created a ripple effect online, with fans and analysts dissecting every word, looking for insight into the team's locker room dynamic and the future of the Browns' offense in this critical season. The timing of Bitonio's comments could not have been more dramatic, arriving just after a mixed performance from Sanders in a divisional game that left fans divided. Some were thrilled with the young quarterback's bold throws and clutch moments, while others fixated on the mistakes and misreads that cost the team crucial yards. Bitonio's statements landed right in that tension, providing validation to both sides of the debate. By pointing out Sanders' flashes of brilliance, he gave supporters ammo to defend the quarterback, but by addressing his shortcomings, he also gave critics a talking point to question whether the team's future hinges too heavily on a rookie's development. The way Bitonio framed his observations, careful yet direct, suggests a player who is not only concerned with Sanders' individual growth, but also with the collective success of the Browns. The media quickly picked up the remarks, spinning them into headlines that ranged from cautious optimism to outright skepticism, and social media followed suit, exploding with hot takes, memes, and heated discussions. The ripple effect extended beyond sports news, reaching forums, podcasts, and fan groups where every nuance of Bitonio's words was dissected for hidden meaning about team chemistry, leadership, and what might happen if Sanders doesn't adjust quickly to the NFL grind. Fans online have been dissecting every phrase Bitonio used, noting the delicate balance he struck between encouragement and critique, a balance that could have major implications for the locker room atmosphere. Analysts argue that veteran players like Bitonio often serve as unofficial mentors, guiding young quarterbacks while also setting the tone for accountability and professionalism. By publicly commenting on Sanders' strengths and weaknesses, Bitonio effectively gave fans a behind-the-scenes glimpse into the dynamics of a team that is constantly under pressure to perform at the highest level. While some might see his candor as controversial, others interpret it as a healthy form of leadership, signaling that Sanders is being challenged to improve while also being supported. This duality has fueled a buzz that extends beyond the Browns fan base, capturing the attention of the entire NFL community. Every word of praise and every note of criticism has been parsed to determine whether Bitonio is signaling confidence in Sanders or subtly warning that patience might be wearing thin. Rumors and speculation abound, with insiders hinting at possible mentoring sessions, late-night film reviews, and even tense conversations in the locker room that fans can only imagine. In this way, Bitonio's remarks have transformed from a simple interview soundbite into a narrative thread that connects performance, leadership, and the expectations surrounding one of the league's most scrutinized young quarterbacks. The complexity of Bitonio's commentary reflects both his understanding of the game and his role as a leader on the Browns' offensive line. He acknowledged Sanders' technical skills, praising the quarterback's decision-making in certain high-pressure scenarios, but he didn't shy away from pointing out moments where Sanders hesitated, rushed throws, or missed reads that could have turned games in the Browns' favor. This level of detail has led fans and analysts to speculate on how much input Sanders receives from his veteran teammates behind closed doors. It also raises questions about how the coaching staff navigates the delicate balance of nurturing talent while demanding results, especially in a league where patience can be scarce and media scrutiny is relentless. Social media discussions exploded with theories, ranging from betting that Bitonio's words are part of a strategy to motivate Sanders, to more cynical takes suggesting a hint of frustration. The conversation has reached forums and podcasts where pundits debate whether the Browns' success hinges on Sanders adjusting quickly or if Bitonio's mentorship can accelerate the quarterback's development. Even rival teams have taken notice, analyzing Bitonio's public commentary for clues about potential vulnerabilities or strengths in the Browns' offense. In effect, a single interview has grown into a multi-layered story with implications for strategy, player development, and team culture. As the news circulated, players and insiders began adding context to Bitonio's words, confirming the delicate nature of his message. Reports suggest that Sanders himself took the comments seriously, reflecting a mindset open to critique, but also fueled by the desire to prove himself. This internal dynamic adds another layer to the narrative, because it positions Sanders not just as a young quarterback learning the ropes, but as a player navigating the intense expectations of fans, teammates, and the media simultaneously. Analysts have pointed out that these pressures can accelerate growth for some players, while creating friction for others, and the Browns' current climate seems to blend both. The fact that Bitonio chose to speak publicly rather than privately further stoked speculation about the locker room culture, raising questions about leadership styles and the balance between mentorship and accountability. Every angle of the story has been picked apart, from how Sanders reacts to criticism, to how the Browns' coaching staff integrates veteran advice, to the subtle signals sent to opposing teams about internal confidence or tension. The buzz is not just about performance. It's about personality, leadership, and the unpredictable nature of developing young talent in one of the most scrutinized sports leagues in the world. Ultimately, Bitonio's remarks have created a story that's impossible for Browns fans to ignore, blending rumor, insight, and speculation into a continuous cycle of discussion. Every journalist, analyst, and fan seems to have an opinion on whether his praise outweighs his criticism and what that might mean for the team's trajectory. Social media threads are alive with debate, highlighting the way Bitonio's statements resonate beyond the field, influencing public perception, shaping expectations, and even affecting morale. The interview has been replayed in snippets across YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, often with dramatic commentary that emphasizes both the shocking honesty and the careful mentorship aspects of his words. For a young quarterback like Sanders, the spotlight is intense, and Bitonio's comments amplify the pressure while also underscoring the support he has from established teammates. This duality, the push for improvement coupled with genuine encouragement, is the story fans are clinging to, the rumor they're amplifying, and the narrative analysts are dissecting. As the season progresses, this single interview could become a defining moment in the way the Browns' internal dynamics are perceived, serving as either a catalyst for growth or a spark for controversy, and the chatter around it shows no signs of slowing down. The Browns' locker room is no stranger to scrutiny, but Bitonio's candid remarks about Shedeur Sanders have reignited speculation in a way that few veteran statements do. By mixing praise with pointed critique, Bitonio has created a narrative rich with tension and intrigue, leaving fans to debate whether Sanders is thriving under pressure or being tested beyond his experience. Observers point out that his acknowledgement of Sanders' talent, his arm strength, vision, and ability to improvise under pressure, paints the picture of a quarterback with immense potential, one capable of changing the course of games with a single play. Yet, the simultaneous critique of decision-making, timing, and pocket awareness underscores the reality that talent alone is never enough in the NFL. Analysts suggest that this public combination of affirmation and warning may be a strategic move, aimed at motivating Sanders while signaling to opponents that the Browns demand accountability. Fans are dissecting this in real time, posting hot takes, video analyses, and opinion threads, while insider sources hint at the conversations happening off-camera. The rumor mill has been fueled by the fact that Bitonio's statements appear to straddle the line between mentorship and gentle admonishment, sparking debate about whether Sanders will rise to the challenge or feel the weight of expectation. Every fan discussion online seems to circle back to one question: how will Sanders respond to Bitonio's dual message of praise and critique? In forums and social media threads, supporters highlight the quarterback's remarkable skill set, pointing to plays that demonstrate his ability to read defenses, execute under pressure, and improvise when a plan breaks down. Detractors, however, seize on mistakes and missed reads, echoing Bitonio's more critical points. The tension between these perspectives has created an almost narrative-driven drama, where every game, every throw, and every reaction from Sanders is interpreted through the lens of Bitonio's comments. Sports podcasts have devoted entire segments to analyzing the potential impact, debating whether this public scrutiny is a masterstroke in motivating the young quarterback or a risky move that could backfire. The rumor mill has also speculated about locker room interactions, late-night film sessions, and the mentorship dynamic, painting a vivid picture of the pressure cooker environment that defines an NFL season. Every angle of this story, from personal growth to public perception, feeds into a larger conversation about leadership, development, and the sometimes fine line between encouragement and critique in professional sports. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Analysts have noted that Bitonio's approach, mixing direct critique with praise, is emblematic of leadership strategies that blend accountability with mentorship. By pointing out Sanders' strengths, he validates the young quarterback's efforts and encourages confidence, while simultaneously flagging areas that require attention and improvement. This dual approach has prompted discussions about the subtle art of motivating elite athletes, highlighting the importance of both honesty and support. Fans have dissected the implications for team dynamics, with many suggesting that this level of transparency fosters trust and clarity in expectations. Others speculate that public comments like these can create pressure that magnifies mistakes, potentially affecting performance under the intense spotlight of the NFL. Social media continues to explode with opinions, predictions, and what-if scenarios, all revolving around Sanders' response to Bitonio's candid remarks. The speculation has even spread to rival teams, with analysts considering how this dynamic might influence game planning, defense strategies, and the broader perception of the Browns' offensive capabilities. Bitonio's words, though seemingly simple, have sparked a multi-layered narrative, blending rumor, insight, and expectation in ways that fuel both excitement and anxiety among fans, pundits, and insiders alike. The timing of these comments, coming in the midst of a season filled with high-stakes games, adds another layer of intrigue. With each passing week, Sanders' performances are scrutinized more intensely, and every throw is measured against both his own potential and the veteran wisdom Bitonio publicly shared. The rumor around these remarks has grown beyond the confines of the Browns' locker room, spilling into fan forums, podcasts, and sports media outlets, where speculation ranges from tactical advice being given behind the scenes to potential tensions bubbling under the surface. Analysts debate whether the feedback serves as constructive motivation, testing Sanders' mental toughness and adaptability, or whether it risks magnifying stress and scrutiny at a critical juncture. Social media amplifies every nuance, every play, and every reaction, weaving Bitonio's commentary into a continuous thread of discussion and anticipation. Fans are eager for signs of growth, proof that mentorship and critique are guiding Sanders toward elite performance, while skeptics watch for evidence that the pressure might be too much too soon. The combination of talent, leadership, public commentary, and rumor creates a complex, almost cinematic narrative that keeps the Browns' season story alive and unpredictable. The buzz surrounding Bitonio's remarks has also sparked broader conversations about leadership in sports, mentorship, and the balance between honesty and encouragement. Experts point out that this kind of dual feedback, public praise intertwined with critique, is a nuanced leadership tool designed to push talent while signaling accountability. Fans have latched on to every detail, speculating about locker room dynamics, coaching strategies, and how Sanders is internalizing the advice. The story has taken on a life of its own, evolving from a single interview into a layered narrative about expectation, growth, and pressure. With each new game, each new play, and each public statement, analysts and fans alike are watching closely to see whether Sanders rises to the challenge, whether Bitonio's mentorship will yield results, and how the Browns' culture is shaped by these interactions. Rumors continue to swirl about team meetings, mentoring sessions, and behind-the-scenes discussions that could tip the balance of the season. What started as candid remarks from a veteran player has grown into a multifaceted saga, blending speculation, analysis, and anticipation into the very fabric of the Browns' ongoing narrative. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!